Yo, I just want to make a video about sacrifices. Alright? Now, this is my fucking living arrangement right now. So, that's the door, right? Bathroom's there. You walk in. This is my whole fucking living space right here. It's the whole shit. Like, there's no windows down here. There's barely any oxygen. The only vibes in here are the good ones we bring. This Shay Burns, the homie.
It's a fucking cabin in here.
It's a fucking cabin, bro. We got some windows in our bedrooms at least. Shay's got some fresh oxygen just coming out right now, keeping the vibes immaculate. This is the kitchen. There's no room to fucking breathe in here. Like, there's two sources of light apart from our bedrooms. If we've got our bedroom doors shut and everything else, we get light from this door and we get light from this door. And this is the furniture that came with the house because we travel light, you know what I'm saying? Ralph, can you just, mate, you're on camera. We've got the boy here, we've got the guard dog. If you're a wallaby, look out. And this is just what it is, bro. Like, I moved to Brisbane from a 2-story. I was living up on the Sunshine Coast in Twin Waters on a man-made island. Our rent was like 2.3k a week, and it was lavish living, man. We had a pool. I was living on the canal, on the water. Every room in the house had its own ensuite bathroom. I had my own studio nook. I had a separate room for my studio, so I'd wake up every day and I'd treat it like I didn't work a single day last year because of my investors. I was lucky enough to be in a position where I could be financially supported while I chased my dream, right? And now it's not like that at all. Now I'm back to work, so I'm working 3 days a week, and I treat every day like I treated any day before this. You know, I'm working towards my best self. And even while I'm in this like shitty situation, this shitty little house, always got my eyes on the prize. Like, this is just temporary. This couldn't be more temporary. I don't see myself staying here. I know I'm not going to be here forever. It's just a place that's necessary for me to be in so I can get to that next level. And as far as that goes, like, I know, like, some days are easier than others. Like, my bedroom's pretty small as well, but I make it work. You know, I got my studio set up here, and I maintain a level of belief in myself. Like this shit is only gonna get better. Like, how could it not get better if I'm putting in the work every day? Like, I was hungover as fuck yesterday. I barely got out of bed. But what I did do while I was in bed, being a sloth, I still put YouTube on, and I still sought knowledge. I still sought wisdom. I watched a 2.5 hour video of this guy talking about how to make money online in the era that we're in. You know, what's the meta? What's the most most effective, what was it? Most effective method available, or something like that, right? How to make money these days. And yeah, while I'm in bed feeling like shit, like I drank for like 9 hours and I could barely get out of bed. I barely even ate food yesterday, but I still spent the day writing shit down that's gonna help me move into tomorrow, help me move into the next day, that's gonna help me solidify my mindset into nothing but chasing success and chasing wins. Because if we're not chasing wins, what are we doing? We're stagnant. And I'm staying in this little fucking dungeon that I live in, bro. And I pay $250 a week for this little thing, man. Shay pays the same. Like, it was never gonna be a permanent arrangement, but I've always stayed strong to the belief of this shit is only temporary. Like, and sometimes you do have to somewhat go backwards to go forwards. Like, I came from a beautiful place in Twin Waters, but I need to move to Brisbane. I need to think about my future. I need to put in some necessary sacrifices now so that I can gain ultimate success later. And doing that's just a part of the process. And I'm lucky I've always understood that. I've always been happy to put myself in lesser situations so that I can be in better situations later on. Like, you know, I'm all about that delayed gratification. And if you continue to do the right thing, if you continue to put in the work, then you can't lose. You literally can't lose, because every day you wake up and you make a to-do list and you gain knowledge and you kick goals. You're moving forward in a positive direction. And the only time that you're going to be stagnant and really unhappy, really, is, you know, regardless of having a death in the family or something like that. But the only time you're going to be truly unhappy in life is when you're not moving forward. When you feel like you're staying in the same spot, nothing's changed, and you're still in the shitty position that you were in. You've got a shitty job, you can't get a girl. I'll tell you why. Because you haven't improved any areas of your life. Like, to get a better job, you got to gain better knowledge in order to get a better job. You've got to, in order to get that girl, like, why would any girl be with you? Why would any girl of value be with you when you're not valuable yourself? You don't provide value. And it's the same with life. Like, it's the same with making friends and extending your circle and your network. Why the fuck would anybody want to spend time with you? What have you got to offer? What have you got to bring to the table? Your friends talk shit. What do they talk about? They don't bring anything productive to the table, do they? They talk about fucking the football game on the weekend, or fucking the multi that they almost got, you know, when they're betting on that football game. What else do they fucking talk about, though? Are they a tradie? Okay, that's good. Well, you've got to do your apprenticeship, and then you've got to get fully qualified. Are you looking to create a business out of that? Do you want some real money, or are you happy to just settle for... It's good enough money being a qualified tradie, but aren't you looking to continue to level up? If you just like got qualified and settled for that, it'd probably be good for like a few years, but then what? Then what? You have a kid, you know? Look, I'm not shitting on anybody else's way of living at all, by any means, but we could literally have whatever we want if we're willing to put the work in. If we're willing to make the necessary sacrifices now, like instead of going out all weekend with your friends, instead of getting shit-faced on a Friday, you stayed in, you learnt, you acquired new knowledge, and then on Saturday, you're not hungover, you have energy and capacity to do more, so you're continuing to get the reps in that those other people aren't willing to do. They're not willing to make those sacrifices because it's hard and it's not fun and it's boring, right? All I do is boring. All I know is boring. But you know what the most fulfilling part of that is the more boring I fucking do, the more amazing my life's gonna be. The more knowledge I'm acquiring. The easier the rest of this is gonna be because I've put in the work, bro. Like, it's that simple. You just got to put in the work. You got to put in the work and not be deterred from current circumstances. Not be deterred by current circumstances. This house sucks. If I walked out of this room every day and was like, what can I see that inspires me? Absolutely fucking nothing. All I've got that inspires me is this. This and my will to live a better life. And, bro, wait till you see the house I live in after this house. It's going to be an upgrade. Because I've finally got to Brisbane. Now I've laid down my platform, my foundation. I got everything where I need it. Now I can focus on the level up. I've got all my necessities met. I've got a good job, pays well. I've got a good little support network now down here in terms of friends and people that I can spend time with. Good people, good determined people that aren't time wasters, that don't go for a beer every weekend, that don't need that don't, try and fuck every hoe they see. I've got a good support network now that are all like-minded individuals that will only uplift me. So we tick that off as well. Now that I've got a good network, good foundation, I can eat good, I've got a roof over my head, albeit a little bit not great, but I got the things that I need in place. Now I can focus on leveling up properly. Now I can focus on using the extra time that I've got, which is very little when, as a musician, I'm dropping songs a lot, I'm working on my marketing a lot, I've got shows coming up I've got to prepare for, I've got merchandise, I've got certain social media platforms that I need to give necessary attention, I'm running advertisements, I've got to talk to those people that have funneled through my ads. I keep busy, you know what I'm saying, but I've still got time that I can put into other areas. Like, none of this here that I wrote down yesterday has anything to do with what I'm doing already. This is the next level for me. This is how I level up. This is how I make more money. This is how I grow as an individual. I'm always chasing that next step, that next me. Fuck the old me, bro. He got me where I needed him. He got me where I needed to go, but now I've got the reins. My previous versions of myself, they did what they did what they needed to do, but after overcoming everything that I've overcome, I'm a new me. I'm a new man. Sometimes it's crazy how that can happen when you transition from one life to the next, one circumstance to the next. Sometimes you can feel like a completely different person. And I fuck with that hard. I fuck with that real hard. Because I don't want to be that old person. I don't want to be that older me that got me into that circumstance. I want to be the me that's going to get me into the next circumstance, the better circumstance. And sometimes it's not going to be a better circumstance. I'm aware of that. But I'm always chasing that better circumstance. And whether or not it is a better circumstance or not, I'm going to learn from all of those circumstances. And I'm going to be able to avoid those bad circumstances. I'm going to be able to recognize what's going to be a better circumstance and how I can navigate it, how I can move within it and make it work in my favor. It could be all so simple. Really could. It could be all so simple, and all we can do is, as I mentioned earlier, all we can do is wake up, make a to-do list, do it, and it's that simple. These necessary sacrifices. It's that simple. On my day off, I don't go and have fun. On my night off, I don't go and get shit-faced. I'm working. I'm working while they're not. And I'm elevating while they're stagnant. You could do this too. It's just going to require your belief system to change a little bit. Instead of watching Netflix, watch a YouTube video that's going to help you. It's so simple. Do you want to win, or are you happy where you are? And if you're not, you know the answer. You have the solutions. You know what you need to do. So do yourself a favor and just do it. Get it done. Hey, much love. It's my first video. I'm going to continue to do this every week or so. We'll see how often I get up and do it, but yeah. It's you versus you, it's me versus me, and as I plod along in my journey, continuing to keep goals and find success, I'm going to continue to spread the answers that I've gained over the years, and I want to see us all win, because we can all win. There's enough pie out here for all of us, and there's enough in you for you to achieve whatever you want to achieve. We're the same. We're no different. I just want it. I want it so fucking bad. So I'll get it. So let's get it. See you at the top.